Good morning, it's Phil Thatch, and I'm here at a place called Signal Point, which is on Signal Mountain, and I'm just down here at the overlook, and check this out behind me. There's a cloud inversion going on down there. Very, very cool. And I brought the X-T3, doing some photos from up here, and a couple other photographers up here. This is pretty neat. And I think I'm gonna keep working because the light just keeps getting better. So this is the view from the overlook at Signal Point. That's the Tennessee River down below. And look at that beautiful cloud inversion. So this is a 14-shot panorama looking to the left off of the overlook at Signal Point. I did 2 rows of 7 shots each to make this 14-shot panorama, and I thought it came out really nice. You can see the Tennessee River in the bottom right, and you can see lots of mountains and the cloud inversion, and that's in the top left or middle left, that's Chattanooga in the distance, and I really think it came out well. Now the 2 young photographers that were up there, one was named Joseph Cochran and the other one was Ryan Medeiros, and they were making some pretty cool photographs. And this is Joseph standing up on the wall. They were making a hero shot, and I went ahead and made one of Joseph as well. Kindred spirits, those 2. Well, I left the Signal Point area and I came just 2 or 3 blocks is all it is over here to the Rainbow Lake Wilderness parking area. I'm the only vehicle here apparently in the summertime, which I don't come here in the summertime. This whole parking area is full and people lining the road, but it's just me this morning, and I'm going to hike down the trail. As I was leaving Signal Point, I saw a couple of very young deer, and used the old Fuji and the 55-200 to make some shots. I'll show you those now, and while you're looking at those, I'll get started on this hike. So just as I was leaving the parking lot at Signal Point, there's some private property to the left, and just over the fence at that private property was this beautiful deer. There was 2 or 3 others, but this one was definitely the prettiest, and I was so pleased to get a photograph of it looking right at me. Okay, well, I have made it all the way to Rainbow Lake. I'm just downstream of Rainbow Lake, kind of walking in the middle of where the stream would be if there was a higher flow. The last time I came here, that's the dam. The waterfall was spilling all the way across the top of it last time I came here. And today it's much less flow, which kind of hurts, but I can get to places that I couldn't get to before. Right over here, someone has been stacking some rocks, and I made a few shots of those stacked rocks. I don't know if they're going to be any good. I forgot my glasses today. I always forget something, and today what I forgot was my glasses. So I'm having trouble reviewing the pictures. I can see pretty good in the EVF, but not good enough to really know if the picture's going to be what I'm looking for. But this is the first time I've been to the far side of Middle Creek here at the Rainbow Lake Dam. I'm going to climb over a log now. And I've got an idea for a composition. I kind of wandered off without my camera bag, but the only lens I had with me was the 55-200, and this shot I found over here, I'm going to need a wider lens. And I think you can see some fall color in the background of me right now, and I believe there's going to be some fall color in this shot that I've kind of got worked out over here. Well, I don't have it worked out yet, but I'm about to start working it out. So let's get to work on that. Okay, so I'm standing right by this dam that's just kind of in the middle of the woods. This is on Middle Creek, and like I say, the last time I was here, the water was flowing all the way across the top. Not so much today, but still it's beautiful. There's some color in the background. I'm sitting right here. I've got the 18-55 on. I'm shooting at 18 millimeters, f/13, ISO 160 in 2 seconds. I've got a circular polarizer on, which darkens the non-water areas of the spillway there. And I've done a horizontal of this, I've done a vertical of this, and then I did like a 4 or 5 shot panorama going up to down, but shooting vertical. So hopefully some of those will turn out okay, and we'll look at them now. This is the shot that I was actually trying to make and set up for, and Really happy with it, but while I was making it, I thought it would be nice to have just a little bit more foreground and a little more in the top. So this is a scrolling version of the vertical panorama that I made. And as you can see, it does go up a little bit higher and it reaches down a little bit lower than the shot that I showed you first. But when you look at it all at once, it's kind of almost a 4x5. It's not quite a 4x5, but you can see a little bit more foreground, and with the polarizer you can see through the water and see the rocks down below and a little bit more up high. Okay, so I made a few shots of the dam, and then I came up here on this little knoll or whatever it is and made a few shots of the dam through these small trees, which I don't know. We'll see how they come out. I thought this looked beautiful at the time, but I really didn't think I would be able to capture it in a photograph. But it turned out pleasantly better than I thought it would have. So this is looking to the right of the dam, and this is looking through the trees directly at the dam. And like I say, I didn't think these were going to turn out, but they ended up being kind of cool. I hope you like them as much as I do. I'm a little ways downstream of the dam now, and I stopped here and made a photograph of this pool. Let's see if I can get it in the frame right here. It's kind of a pretty little pool, and now as I look back upstream toward the dam from down here a little bit further downstream, I think there's an upstream photo to be made, so let me get to work on that. This is the downstream facing shot with the really calm pool, and it's a 2-second exposure, so it turned out really smooth. But with the polarizer you can see through the water, but you can still see the reflections. So I thought that was really nice. And then looking back upstream towards the dam, I really like the way this one turned out. Lots of nice bright fall colors, but still plenty of green as well. And then this shot of the dam is from the other side of the river. It's from the right side of the river, and lots of foreground interest in this one. I shot this one at f/22 to try to get as much of it in focus as possible, and it turned out pretty good. And this is a 9-shot panorama at 55 millimeters on the APS-C censored Fuji X-T3. Lots of beautiful color. You got the really orange color, and then there's greens, and there's some red in the middle. I really like early fall like this. This was October the 8th, and here is that full panorama. It's kind of a ribbon panorama, but very beautiful. I was really happy with it and glad I took the time to make this 9-shot panorama there at Rainbow Lake Dam. A little bit downstream of the dam is this suspension bridge. It's kind of a swingy, bouncy bridge that goes across Middle Creek, and I made this out of focus shot of me wobbling across. And then this shot is a 6-shot panorama from not really a long way downstream of the bridge. It's 18 millimeters, and I had to do a panorama to get the whole bridge in. And then I thought these leaves, these fall leaves in this pool here, were really beautiful. I love the colors, and so I took the time to make this shot. I turned the polarizer to try to get as much glare off the water as possible. Here's a single shot of the bridge. This is a little bit further downstream than the panorama was, and I like the way this one turned out as well. It was just a beautiful morning and lots of pretty colors. Okay, I've done lots of photography since I last checked in with the old vlogging camera. I'm way downstream now. You may see in the distance back there a swinging bridge, a suspension bridge, which is really cool and just beautiful. Super low flow. The last time I came here it was just rushing under that suspension bridge. Now it's just a trickle, but it gives me a chance to walk around kind of basically in where the stream would be, or it's Middle Creek, where Middle Creek would be if it was flowing hard. So I came all the way down, and I've made some pictures of the bridge, and I've made some pictures of all sorts of stuff, and I came all the way down here to where this log is going across the water with some mushrooms or lichens or something growing on it, and there's a pretty little spill below it. And the last thing I worked on was a number of shots of that spill. I don't know if you can see the X-T3 down there on the tripod. Mostly using the 18 to 55 X-T3 and a circular polarizer. That's kind of the setup for most of these shots. I was really happy with this one as well. That little spill is tiny, but it is kind of large in the frame, and the bridge in the background is pretty good sized, and it's tiny in the frame, and I love the way the bright light is coming through the canyon behind the bridge. Okay, well, I'm just about packed up and ready to start hiking back to the parking lot. And what I've done is I've taken the 55-200 and put it on the X-T3, and just in case I run into any wildlife on the way back, a bird or squirrel or chipmunk or something, I'll try to get a shot of that while I hike, and everything else I'll keep in the bag. But I've really had a fun time down here at the upper part of Middle Creek. Beautiful, beautiful area here at Rainbow Lake. Here's a handheld photograph of the trail that I made with the 55-200 as I hike back. I thought it was cool because the light looks nice coming around the corner and you can see just how rocky this trail is. I was hoping to get birds and chipmunks and that sort of thing, and I did see some, but I didn't get any good photographs. Now this plant right here I thought was absolutely amazing and beautiful. Its common names include strawberry bush, American strawberry bush, bursting heart, hearts a-bustin', and hearts a-busting with love. I think they're just absolutely beautiful with the fuchsia, and then inside it is little kidney-shaped tomato redness. And here's some other berries. These were all over the place once I got pretty near the parking lot. The hearts a-bustin' were much less common to be seen, but I thought both were beautiful. Well, I've made it safe and sound back to the trailhead. Really great hike this morning. Enjoyed it. This is a beautiful place, and you may recall at the beginning of the video when I first got here, I was the only car in this parking lot. Well, now that it's almost noon, it's almost full. And once this lot fills up, they don't allow you to park in the street. So this is pretty much maximum capacity for the Rainbow Lake trailhead. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see some more. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.